kids' ability to control their emotions is something that is learned. It is taught by their environment, by their parents, by the things that they see as they grow up. The first part of the brain is the amygdala. I like to use a lot of analogies. So we're going to think of it like a flower growing from the stem outwards. And the base of the flower sits right here at the base of the brainstem. So think of the brain growing from here outwards. And let's also think of the brain like Play-Doh. And that you open up a brand new canister of Play-Doh, it's all soft and mushy. But if you leave the Play-Doh sitting out for too long, it hardens. And that's how we're going to picture the brain growing. So first thing that hardens is at the root of the brainstem, that is the amygdala. The last part that hardens sits by the forehead, that is the prefrontal cortex. So why is the amygdala the first part of the brain that develops? By the time the baby leaves the womb, for all intent and purposes, that part of the brain is done. And it serves three primary roles: fight, flight, freeze, and then the fourth is big emotions. Fight, flight, and freeze are natural reactions that we have that help us survive. So I have two little boys at home, a 3-year-old and a 1-year-old. You put the 1-year-old here. I mean, he's starting to say a couple words, but even if we go back to when he was 6 months old, he doesn't understand the concept of danger. He doesn't get pain. He doesn't get fear. Yet, you get in his face and you go, ah, and he starts to pull back instinctively. That is the amygdala, right? So even though they don't understand these concepts, we're born with a natural defense system that is your amygdala. And again, it's why kids are more emotional than adults. The last part of it is big emotions. We're going to talk a little bit about it, and I have a funny video that I like to show that I think gives a good example of a kid with big emotions.
Cheering on his Auburn Tigers. A 7-year-old second grader ripped off his shirt and threw it when the Tigers scored on Saturday.
And then, as you see here, just about immediately realizing,
what do I do now?
The shirt's gone.
I'm in trouble.
Yeah, so this went viral on social media. Showed up on Sports Center as well. His mom says the shirt hit another fan in the back of the head. The fan passed the shirt back to him.
That is so funny.
I always try to fight the urge to like over-explain things, so I'm sorry if I go on tangents, but there's a part there where the kid goes like this. And what happens is, even though his prefrontal cortex is mushy Play-Doh, it still works. It still exists. So as he's, amygdala, amygdala, amygdala. Oh no, now I don't have a shirt. And so we're going to talk about how that happens and how you guys can help manage your kids when they get emotional like this.